First, it was cars of the future. Now it's the defense of the entire nation. The economic initiatives continue from the policy conference on Mackinac Island, and that's where we find 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin with more on today's announcement. Rick?
Brian, there's been a lot of bipartisan support up here for two big initiatives. Yesterday, it was Senator Gary Peters and Governor Rick Snyder talking about the new mobility industry. And today, it was U.S. Senior Senator, Democrat Debbie Stabenow, and Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley talking about how to leverage Michigan's engineering and manufacturing expertise to get more government military contracts. In World War II, Southeast Michigan was considered the arsenal of democracy. A new plan from the Michigan Defense Center and the MEDC would once again seek to put Michigan in a pivotal role when it comes to building systems and armaments to equip our military men and women.
You know, we've got the Detroit Arsenal, and in that is the purchasing arm of the United States Army. That's here in Michigan.
That's something that Calley and company want to focus on. Already, there are more than 100,000 people employed in businesses that work with the military all over the state.
Of course, military installations, but also companies that have defense contracts, goods and services that they provide. And those goods and services every year come to over $9 billion.
But it's not just about equipping the military, it's also about having them based right here in Michigan. Senator Stabenow talks about efforts to keep our existing bases here by making them more relevant.
And then you go on to Battle Creek, and we mentioned today that we have a new cyber squadron. We beat competition to be able to have one of the new cyber facilities. We also host the Army National Guard Cyber Protection Team. And then Fort Custer, where we are a finalist for a $3 billion economic investment.
Honing in on cybersecurity is one of 17 points laid out in a new plan called Protect and Grow Michigan's Defense Economy. Number one on that list?
The first recommendation in the report is to have to work really hand in glove with our congressional delegation to ensure that Michigan is positioned well.
And to that end, that brings us back to the bipartisanship. Republicans and Democrats both seem to be on board on this. Representative Candace Miller was also at that media event today. They say they're prepared to go back to Washington to make sure that Michigan gets a larger slice of that military spending pie. Live on Mackinac Island, I'm Rick Albin, 24-hour News 8.